Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing well and studying well as well. So in this session, we will be talking about the special intensive revision. It is much in news, lot of things are talked about it. So we'll talk about special intensive revision which the Election Commission has started, revision of electoral rolls starting with Bihar and then all over the country. So see, to understand special intensive revision, you should also be mindful, or you should also know many aspects of the powers of the Election Commission of India, specifically mentioned in the Constitution. And also, you should also be aware of some of the sections or in the Representation of People's Act, and also for that matter, the Citizenship Act as well. So we will structure this session in such a way that we'll first talk about these three aspects, because without understanding these three aspects, that is the powers of Election Commission, the Representation of People's Act and the Citizenship Act, you may find it difficult to understand this issue in totality. Okay, and then we will talk about the special intensive revision, what it is, what type of revision are done by the Election Commission of the electoral rolls. Okay, then we will talk about the process, how it will be carried out. Then also we will discuss about who needs to get this done, and the various division and various documents, etc., and the every other divisions of the within the CIR people require. Okay, and then we'll talk about some challenges of this entire exercises, analyzing various dimensions this CIR exercise throws, be it in administrative challenges, democratic challenges, social challenges, technological challenges, political challenges, and even international relations also. And even we'll try to connect, yes, this is GS2 topic, but we'll try to connect with ethics also. Many GS2 topics they ask in the ethics paper, like the BNS they had asked in the CSE 2024. So this also, it's always GS2 topic, but they will ask in GS4 this year or next year. And also we will try to connect with public administration, though very implicitly the public administration dimension will be opened up in a separate stage session. Okay, and so after all these challenges, then we'll also discuss some way forward about this exercise, so that every citizen in a country enjoys the keeps on enjoying the right to vote. Okay, this is how the session will unfold. So like said earlier, you should be aware of certain provisions in the Constitution regarding the Election Commission of India. Okay, so part 15 of the Constitution talks about the Election Commission of India. Certain articles, Article 324, Article 325, Article 326 and Article 327. Okay, some articles which are important. Now, what does Article 324 says? Article 324 says the direction, superintendence, direction and control for preparation of electoral rolls. Electoral rolls lies with the Election Commission of India. Preparation of electoral rolls. Electoral rolls is the responsibility of Election Commission of India. Superintendent, direction and control with respect to the preparation of electoral rolls is of the Election Commission of India. Okay. Article 325 says there should be a general electoral rolls for every territorial constituency. Okay, we'll break down this also. Let's first jot it down. Okay, this is Article 325. Article 326 talks about universal adult franchisee. Universal adult franchisee, that is every citizen of India who is 18 or 18 plus has the right to vote. Citizen of India is greater than equal to 18 years has the right to vote. Then Article 327 talks about that the Parliament has the powers to make laws regarding the elections in India. Elections, be it the either house of the Parliament, either house of the state legislature, or the elections of the President, Vice President. So Parliament has the law making power. Okay, so these are some articles which you should be knowing to understand the entire special intensive revision exercise. See, superintendent's control in direction of preparation of electoral rules. See, electoral rolls are those rolls or papers, that is when you go to vote, they will see your name in the paper. Suppose this is that paper, your names are there, and then the officer will check, okay, this your name is there, okay, now you go to vote into the EVM. So these are electoral rolls. Okay, your photo is also there, your EPIC ID etc. is there. You have to show one of the IDs, then the officer checks, you go to vote. Those are electoral rolls, and this responsibility is of the Election Commission of India. Okay, further, general electoral rolls for a territorial constituency. So you must be knowing there is one constituency, then constituency, though ordinary residents are enrolled in that role and they go to vote to that constituency. Suppose Prime Minister's constituency, Varanasi constituency, those will be general electoral rolls for that constituency of the people residing in that constituency. They will have the right to vote, that is they are the ordinary residents. This is about electoral rolls. Okay, these rolls are being revised by the Election Commission of India through special intensive revision. Okay, things are clear now what briefly the exercise is all about. Now, next is the conditions to vote. You should be a citizen of India and 18 or 18 plus. Okay, before it was 21, then amendment by Indira Gandhi, voted by Rajiv Gandhi or Indira Gandhi, brought it down to 18. Now in UK Parliament, there is a discussion going on in their country to get voting rights to 16. Okay, so this is in our country 18. This is universal adult franchise. Be mindful, this is some basic you should be knowing to understand. And Parliament has a right to make law. So Parliament has right to make law. So they made a law. Which is that law? Representation of People's Act 1950. So Parliament made a law, Representation of People's Act 1950. Okay. So here too some aspects you should be knowing to understand this entire exercise. Now, see, section 16. Now, as said earlier, every citizen cannot vote. You should be 18. So, section 16 talks about exclusion. People who are excluded from voting. So, talks exclusion. Exclusion. Who are excluded from voting? Yes, non-citizens and who are not 18 years old. Okay. Now, this is one. Then there is section 19. If 16 talks about exclusion, section 19 of the Representation of Peoples Act talks about inclusion. Okay, so inclusion, who are included? Obviously, citizens of India, citizens plus 18 plus what? Ordinary resident. Ordinary resident, things get tricky from here. Ordinary resident, why we need an ordinary resident? See what this article talks about: electoral rolls of territorial constituency. You are ordinary resident of Prime Minister's constituency, Varanasi. So to vote in Varanasi, you should be citizen of India, 18 plus, and ordinary resident. Now, who are this ordinary resident? Suppose, suppose you are all preparing for the examination. You come to Delhi, you migrate here. Are you an ordinary resident? Okay. Suppose there is a person who is born and brought up in Delhi, goes to work somewhere else. Is he an ordinary resident of that place or here? Suppose a person, to escape the Delhi's chronic air pollution, buys a house, suppose in a hill station, Nainital, etc., or in Lonavala. So, and for certain months that person lives there. So, is he an ordinary resident of Lonavala or Nainital or Delhi? So, where the name should come in the electoral rolls. Okay, no worries. Section 20. Section 20 of Representation People's Act 1950 talks about ordinary residents. It says, first it says, who are not ordinary resident. Who are not ordinary resident. Person is not an ordinary resident only by purchasing, or doesn't become an ordinary resident by purchasing a house in a particular area. So, house, if you purchase, suppose like we gave that metaphor, that person to escape Delhi's air pollution purchases a house, so to live there in some months, so that person won't be an ordinary resident. Then section 20 further talks about, then who is this ordinary resident? Ordinary resident, it says a person should have an relation with that place. Relation with that place. Relation with that place, it says. And also it further says, person will continue to be an ordinary resident even if she has migrated temporarily. Okay, ordinary resident will remain. Here no, only if you buy a house without the intention of permanently residing there, you are not considered an ordinary resident. But you are considered an ordinary resident if you have a relationship with that place. And second, you migrate temporarily, you go migration, you go to somewhere to stay temporarily, then you will be ordinary resident of that home place. If you migrate from your home place to Delhi to prepare for civil services, suppose you have migrated from Varanasi to Delhi to prepare for civil services, you will remain an ordinary resident in Varanasi. Migration won't automatically cancel your ordinary residency in Varanasi. Okay. Further, we'll explain this in more detail. Just wait for some time. Further, in the Manmohan Singh case, 1999, So in the Manmohan Singh case, the court, Supreme Court, the Guwahati High Court, yes, Manmohan Singh case in 1999, the Guwahati High Court further talked about who constitutes an ordinary resident. It says ordinary resident is one which is permanent in character, permanent. Okay, permanent in character. Second, it says further, the court said, you have an intention to dwell there permanently. You have an intention. You have an intention to dwell permanently. Further, the courts also said that a reasonable man should tell that this person is an ordinary resident. Reasonable man should tell you are an ordinary resident. Okay, it's a bit technical word is used by the courts. In the Manmohan Singh case, the former Prime Minister, it said the permanent in character. Your residence should be permanent in character. Intention to dwell permanently. And a reasonable man should tell that this person is an ordinary resident. Now, simple way I'll make you understand. See, now, you are a student. You were born and your roots are there in the Varanasi constituency of the Prime Minister. Then your schooling you done there, your family lives there. Then you migrate to college to somewhere. But in your vacation you keep coming back to meet your family, etc. So it's more or less permanent in character. That is your home, you go there. So you are resident of Varanasi, it is permanent in character. Okay. Now you have intention to dwell there permanently. Go to college, then you come to Rajendra Nagar, ORN or Mukherjee Nagar to prepare to come to Delhi for civil services. Do you have an intention to dwell permanently here? You're just here for the examination, you clear the examination, then move on. So you don't have the intention to dwell permanently in Delhi. So you have intention to dwell permanently in Varanasi. So there you will be an ordinary resident. You get into the services and still you posted suppose all over India, central services or all India services in some other state, but still you don't have the intention to dwell in that state. You want to have an intention to dwell permanently after retirement to Varanasi. You still remain the ordinary resident of that. And now third, you have been living there, etc. Any reasonable man, your neighbors will tell, yes, this person is an ordinary resident, he's been staying here, he's coming here, migrating. So this is how a person is called as ordinary resident. This is important to us because Article 325 talks about ordinary resident for territorial constituency. These things are important. You will understand when we talk about SIR in detail. Okay, special intensive revision. So this is clear. Who are the ordinary residents? Okay. Now, this is all about RPA. Things of the RPA you should be knowing. Now, let's come to the Citizenship Act as well. This is also needed to understand the special intensive revision in totality. So, Citizenship Act. Act 1955. Okay, so there is provision that to vote in elections, you will find your name in the electoral roll that you should be a citizen of India. Now for that, there is Citizenship Act to decide who is a citizen of India and who is not. Okay. So citizenship is given by way of birth, can be taken by way of birth, by way of descent, by way of naturalization, and by way of territorial acquisition. This is the way you can get the citizenship of India. Okay, and but for discussion on special intensive revision, what our concern is citizenship by birth. Okay, now some segmentation has been done under the Citizenship Act regarding how a person can be considered a citizen of India by birth. Okay. Now, first segmentation is 26 January 1950 to 1st July 1987. Okay, citizenship by birth. Second segmentation is from 1st July 1987 to 3rd December 2004. And next segmentation is from December 2004 onwards. Now, the segmentation is based on for the date of birth. Okay, so person who are born between this segment, first segment 26 January 1950 to 1st July of 1987, they will be considered a citizen by birth. Person who are born between this range, citizen by birth, even if even if the nationality of both the parents is different or same, it doesn't matter. If you are born in India between these dates, you will be automatically the citizen of India. Okay, this is one segment, just birth in India, that time. Now, people who are born between this segment, okay, by birth, they are born, and plus to be a citizen of India by birth, you should be born in India between this segment, plus either of your parents should be a citizen of India. Either of parent should be a citizen of India. Minimum requirement, either of the parent or both of the parent will also do. Either of the parent means the mother will be citizen of India, or your father can be is a citizen of India. Out of two, at least one should be a citizen of India. Here, it doesn't matter in this segment. Okay. Now, the third segmentation from December 2004 onwards. Those who are born after this date, December 2004, they should be born in India for citizenship of birth, by birth, plus either of their parents should be a citizen of India, mother or father, that is this either or both can be a citizen of India, and if it is either, the other parent should not be an illegal immigrant. So this is the one more condition. So you should be born in India, either of the parent, mother or father, can be a citizen of India, and both can be citizen of India. And also, if you consider either, that is either mother is a citizen of India, either father is a citizen of India. Suppose mother is a citizen of India, father can be citizen of any other country, but he should not be an illegal immigrant. That is, the person should not have entered India illegally. Then you cannot be a citizen of India. Understood the segments? These are important for understanding the revision which is going on now. Okay. See, these are some technical details you should be knowing to holistically understand this issue. Now, Let's move to the special intensive revision. With this much background, it will be easy to understand what this exercise is all about. See, as discussed earlier, Article 324 gives the power for the Election Commission of India to prepare electoral rolls. So, special intensive revision is an exercise to prepare the electoral rolls in India. So, everyone has to fill the form. You, me, everyone, even if your name is already there in the electoral rolls. Okay, so this exercise started from Bihar, then all over India. This is special intensive revision of the electoral rolls prepared by the Election Commission of India. And the importance of electoral rolls is that from there will be verifying that your name is there in the roll, go and vote in the EVM. That is the role of electoral rolls and this exercise. We'll break down it a bit further. So, on the 24th June 2025, notice was issued about this exercise, and from 25th June 2025, this exercise began in the state of Bihar. In Bihar, it has to be completed within 3 months, that is within September, 30th September is the date. It is more likely the elections will happen then. So 3 months time is there to prepare this roll. Then it will roll out throughout the country. So this is basically the exercise all about revision of electoral rolls. Now, what is so special about it? Why special intensive revision? Now, see, we discussed earlier what is revision about, revision of electoral rolls. So there are basically two types of revision done by the Election Commission of India: summary revision then intensive revision. And you can say special intensive revision is a subset of intensive revision. Okay, before we discuss, let's discuss why Election Commission of India is doing this exercise. Why? See, Election Commission of India themselves have given the reason. The Election Commission of India is saying that we are doing this exercise because of urbanization, migration, and foreigners. It is saying that increasing urbanization has happened in India, because of which what has happened? Migration has happened. Migration means people have started to live here, there permanently. So we need to check the ordinary residents. Who are these ordinary residents? Many people have named it in two constituencies. Suppose a person is permanently settled in Delhi, in one of the constituency, their two name is there, and their home, suppose Varanasi, there too their name is there. So because of migration, we need to figure out who are the ordinary residents. Ordinary residents, hope you recall, we discussed earlier, ordinary residents. And further, the Election Commission says lot of foreigners have illegally enrolled in the electoral rolls and they are voting in our democratic process. Illegal migrants, foreigners who are not citizens of India. This is what the reasoning of Election Commission of India is, that because of this we are carrying out this special intensive revision. Now, okay, this is why they are carrying out. Now, see, there are basically two types of revision: summary revision carried out by Election Commission of India and intensive revision, and special is one of the subset of intensive revision. Summary revision basically is an exercise. It's carried out every year by the Election Commission of India in January. Okay, summary revision January. People migrate, people die, they have to be deleted in their roles. Some new people, just 18, they have to be added. Some people migrate. That is the summary revision. Every year election commission does this January they have done. Before the general election of 2024, in January 2024 they have also done. So this is a regular yearly process which the election commission of India carries out. Now, what is that intensive? See, intensive revision is done in totality. It's not addition, deletion. You verify all the electoral rolls, whether they are there, whether if there is this is done specifically when there is a change in the constituency or lot of illegal voters have enrolled in the electoral roll. Then they do intensive revision, and the last in such intensive revision was carried out in 2003. Okay, remember this year. We will come back to this more after. Now this is now special intensive revision. Now what's so special? There is special some aspect. First, it talks about there is a hybrid model of this intensive revision. Hybrid, we infer that online and offline revision, and also when the revision was carried out in 2003, what happened then? See, suppose in 2003, lot of computerization was happening. So the intensive revision of 2003 was more of verification. So this is suppose the electoral rolls with the officers. What happened in 2003? They checked, okay, this name is there, whether this person is there. Let's see, okay, this person is there, okay, his name is fit to be computerized. Then check this person name is there, okay, whether this person is there, no, he's dead, so remove. So that was the basically computerization which is done in 2003. Now this special intensive revision is first of its kind happening in India. What is this special intensive revision of 2025 is? See what they have done, Election Commission is doing. These are the electoral rolls of say 2003. These rolls are now useless. They need to be thrown. So this is the new roll. We are starting, what is this? A blank paper. On blank paper we are starting the registration of rolls. This is the new roll. So in totality, the previous roll are useless, and according to Election Commission, lot of foreigners have enrolled. So we are starting from a blank paper. We are starting from this. So that is special intensive revision. In totality, in de novo revision of electoral rolls, and every one of you, me, everyone has to get their names in this new rolls. This is special about this special intensive revision. Though it's not properly defined by Election Commission itself, what is this special intensive revision? So the coalition partner in the central government, the party TDP, has requested that you please clarify the scope of this special intensive revision. Point out what is so special about it. It gives a vague definition, it is about special thing. Then it will give unfettered powers to revise. So this is special about special intensive revision, that a total blank electoral rolls they are taking in hand and they will putting their name. You can understand this way metaphorically. Okay. So this is about special. Now let's move further. Hope you understand what is this special intensive revision. Now this is okay. Now who needs to fill this now? Who needs to fill the form of this special intensive revision, and what is the segmentation of it in the exercise? See, everyone needs to fill, but there is segmentation in the exercise of special intensive revision. Okay. Now now we had talked about how in 2003 the roles were revised. So If you find your name in the electoral rolls of 2003, that is, you have voted till now, so your name is there. If your name is in there in the 2003 electoral rolls, then you have to just fill the form. Only fill the form. Nothing else is required. Okay, this is one. But if your name is not there in the 2003 electoral rolls, okay, either it's there or either it's not there. So if it's not there, now what to do? There are two segmentation. If your name is not there in 2003 electoral rolls, you're born before 2004 and you're born after 2004. Now you may ask from where this 2004 came. See, we discussed here the Citizenship Act. See this 2004. So there it talks about a further division here. If your name is in this roll of 2003, you fill the form. If it's not, then there are two segmentation. You're born before 2004 or you can be born after 2004. Now if you're born before 2004, then you need some documents before 2004 and no, your name is not in the 2003 electoral rolls. So you have to, like previously, fill the form, mandatory filling the form, plus you have to give your place of birth through your place of birth certificate, plus give the documents of one of your parent, mother or father, parents documents, their parent documents. Now which document you will give? Aadhaar card? No, Aadhaar card is excluded as of now at least. Election Commission of India has given the set of 11 documents. From that you have to give the document of either of your parent. And that document interestingly doesn't also include the EPIC card. The electoral voter card is also not included. Ration card is not included. Aadhaar card is not included. What is included? Your government identity, your matriculation certificate, then your forest right tax certificate, residency certificate, pension certificate, okay, and many things are there, but these three are not included. Aadhaar card, they say, Election Commission in the Supreme Court said that Aadhaar card is not a proof of citizenship, so we cannot include. Ration card, they are saying that we have lot of bogus, there are a lot of bogus beneficiaries employed in the ration card. So foreigners are also taking rations, maybe under Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. So they too cannot accept. Interestingly, the electorate voter card, which is given by the Election Commission of itself, they are saying we will not accept that because the previous electoral rolls are now of no use. The electoral voter card was given on the basis of the previous electoral rolls, so now they are totally useless. So this is the form before 2004 and your name is not in the 2003 electoral rolls. You have to fill the form, prove your place of birth and document of either of your parents. But if you're born after 2004, you're born after 2004, then everything is there. Form plus place of birth you have to prove or show, and not either, you need the document of both the parents now, both mother and father from the list of 11 documents which the Election Commission is accepting. So understood this segmentation? Born after 2004 and your name is not in the 2003 electoral roll. So you have to give this both the parents, and one can connect with the Citizenship Act. Here, see, born after 2004, either of your parents should not be an illegal immigrant. So it finds an overlap with this. Okay, so both the parents' documents you require. So these are the set of people who need to fill the form. Everyone needs to fill the form, but the segmentation is this way. Okay. Now, place of birth, we all know why they want to check whether you are an ordinary resident. Okay, let's move further. Very technical things. Now, let's come to the process. Process of SIR. Process of Special Intensive Revision. Now, how this will be carried out? You must be hearing about BLO, etc., ERO. See, let's understand the hierarchy at the district level in context of the Election Commission or how the process of election works. See, there is a district election officer. Then below him is ERO, Electoral Registration Officer. Below him is the BLO. BLO is Booth Level Officer. District Election Officer is generally the district magistrate, the district collector, that is the person from the Indian Administrative Service. ERO is generally the SDM, that is the person from the deputy collector or the person from the state administrative services or the state services. BLO is also from the state services of lower rank. So this is basically these are the three key people in this exercise. And see, if you want to see the hierarchy of Election Commission, Election Commissioner of India, the other election commissioner, then comes the Chief Electoral Officer, then comes this hierarchy. Chief Electoral Officer is of one officer for one state, and this is this hierarchy. So our concern is basically this people. So here on the ground level, at the district level, the entire exercise will be carried out. DEO, ERO, BLO. Now, okay, this is the hierarchy. Now, BLO, the booth level officer. Every constituency has number of booths, and one booth in charge is the booth level officer, that is BLO. Summation of booths is in charge of the ERO, Electoral Registration Officer, and the district in an election, that is one constituency generally is under the DEO, District Election Officer, that is the district magistrate, district collector, or the district collector who is an IS officer generally from the state services as well. Now BLO will what the process is, how the process is going on. Now BLO will download one form. Will download a form. Okay, she downloads the form, then takes a printout of this. Now taking the printout of it, the BLO will visit various villages. In their villages, he will visit various houses, and will go to every house and give this downloaded printed form. Take this form, take this form, take this form. Now fill this form and give it to me. In the form there will be a photo and the EPIC ID if available. The form will be given. You have to fill that form and submit documents as per this segmentation. Okay, this segmentation. Wherever you fall, you have to submit this document to the BLO. Now BLO will take the form, and also you have to sign the form as well. BLO will take the form and will upload in the portal. Now, the portal has been uploaded. Here the ERO, Electoral Registration Officer, will verify all the details. Okay, I verified, okay, this is right, form is right, then documents are okay, then other form is not right, form is right, document is not, reject, reject, reject. This way ERO has a discretion and in a way will verify and then will prepare a draft, release a draft of all everything what is been done. Now after this draft is been released, then if your name, you don't find your name, you have the time to file objection, then ERO will verify again. Now interestingly, see the amount of discretionary powers ERO has. Suppose a claim has been rejected. On what basis claim will be rejected? Either that person is not a citizen of India or she is not 18 plus. 18 plus doesn't have a document. So to verify 18, whether the person is 18 plus or equal to 18, provisions are very funny. One thing is that ERO will talk with their parents to check whether she is 18. Okay, parents. Then if also there is a provision in villages, the ERO will contact the sarpanch to verify whether it's 18 plus or no. And also one more thing is that from physical verification, the person will be made to stand, I will check. You are looking 18 or you're not looking. No, I feel now you're looking like 17-year-old, not 18-year-old. So these are the discretionary powers ERO has with respect to 18 or 18 plus verification. Now for citizen verification, whether that person is a citizen of this country or no, the circular of election commission says that ERO has their own internal process, they will verify internally. Now what is that process? We don't know. Internal inquiry they will done on their own basis. So in a way, ERO has lot of discretionary powers in this. All this will be done under the supervision of the district collector, that is DEO. This is the entire process how CIR will be carried out. Okay, now hope the entire process is clear. Now we will discuss the challenges of this. Special intensive revision. See, election commission is within its powers. If we see Article 324 to Article 327 gives the powers to the Election Commission of India to carry out this exercise. Okay, but and also it is justified that it's saying that we have so many illegal foreigners in the electoral rolls, we need new electoral rolls, plus migration etc. has happened, we need to find out who is the ordinary resident etc. But it throws a number of challenges to the entire administrative machinery. Even there are constitutional and legal challenges and also democratic challenges as well as other technological, social, etc. other challenges. So one by one we'll dwell into it. The challenges of special intensive revision. First is constitutional challenges. See, constitutional challenges is as such. See, Article 10 of the Constitution talks about presumptive citizenship. That is, a person is presumed to be a citizen of this country if at one instance she has been recognized as the citizen of the country. Suppose you are already taking some benefits from the government of India as a citizen of this country or other aspects, then you're already a citizen of this country. But the entire exercise in certain segments that we discuss how 2004 etc. born after, they need to prove your citizenship again. So in a way it violates Article 10 of the Constitution. Secondly, why to start this entire exercise de novo, that is from a scratch, that is from a blank paper? Why not? It would have been similar to how it been carried out in 2003. Why de novo? Election Commission is saying that it is that lot of illegal voters also got into their voting, their voting. So what about the previous elections? So they are illegal, they are not constitutionally valid. The general election of 2024, there too people must have voted. Now you are saying, election commission is saying the entire electoral rolls are rejected. What about the elections of general election 2024, the Maharashtra elections which happened recently, or the Haryana elections? So why to start this de novo? And what about the 11 documents? Why these 11 documents? Why not Aadhaar, ration card, and also the EPIC card? Certain documents like residency certificate, which has been asked by the election commission, are provided if you have Aadhaar card. Now Aadhaar has linkages with that, and you are not accepting Aadhaar. Also, one of the certificate is the birth certificate. How many of you have birth certificate? According to National Health Family Survey, only 2% of the population of the country has a birth certificate. See, the demonstrating your birth is not a birth certificate. You have to take that birth certificate. Maybe you, maybe I don't have my birth certificate. So this, but the most acceptable cards you are not accepting in India. Around 96% of 97 something percent of the people have Aadhaar card. So why not accept? Yes, is not a proof of citizenship, but you can verify it. So this is some constitutional legal challenges it throws. Now it throws out plethora of administrative challenges. Whether the BLOs even have the capacity to carry out this huge exercise. Say for Bihar, the notification came on 24th June and said on 25th June to start the exercise, and the last date, and by 1st of August you have to publish the draft, and 30th September will be the final list released. So 3 months and 2 months you have to publish this draft. Bihar population is 10 crore and the voters are 8 crores. 10 crore is Bihar's population, 8 crores are voters, out of which 75 lakh to 1 crore are migrants. Now, see the timeline. From next day itself they have to start, 25th June. Were the BLOs trained? Whether they have the capacity to carry out this huge exercise? Yes, though there exists Mission Karma Yogi, but have they been trained? Are there sufficient BLOs? Are they even aware about this so much of technicality that next day they have to start? One BLO said that I have been given very unrealistic targets. I am mentally harassed. They are asking me to work 24 hours to complete this target by 1st August so that draft is released, and that BLO resigned. So it also questions the work culture, work ethics the BLOs have. Then this way you can open up the ethics dimension as well. This question is of capacity, and then integrity of the entire process. Now we had discussed We had discussed how the ERO has so much of discretion. Now discretion means if you have integrity, discretion won't be misused. Without integrity, discretion means corruption, high-handedness. Now suppose, now it leaves rooms for corruption. Also, two cases had come to light in Bihar. One BLO's video went viral where he was asking for chai pani for giving forms, that is asking for money, and that BLO was arrested and crime has been registered. One BLO started to plant fake narratives that this exercise is total farcical and giving statements in the media via their signatures have been forged, etc. He was that time nothing had happened in there under which he was in charge. That BLO too was arrested and suspended. And now you see how much the discretion the ERO has. If ERO decides that this person is not 18, he is 16, an entire question of the integrity of the entire exercise is questioned. Further, see, so further, if there is a nexus between the BLOs or the administrative officers and the politicians of that constituency, he may be saying that this block doesn't vote for me. As we all know, there is no totalizing machines in the EVM. All votes are counted booth-wise, so you can have a pattern who is voting and who is not. Then that there is a nexus. The politician says, try to eliminate these people from the electoral rolls. The ERO will tell the BL, ये गाँव वालों को थोड़ा tight करो. That implicitly signal is tight karo means eliminate them. And there is one constituency, suppose there are some foreigners also living there, but they are voting for that MLA, MP, etc. Then the ERO will, if there is an excess, ERO will say, why you are harassing those people? Let them do this fast. Already deadline is approaching. Then liberal include everyone. See so much of discretion. The integrity of the entire process will be questionable unless the administrative officers have the civil services values of exemplary behavior, of integrity, absolute integrity, open accountability. Then this is also relevant for your ethics paper. This is how there are these administrative challenges of this entire exercise, and how the district administration is totally challenged. It's like what we say in public administration, like O'Malley had said, the district collector has a life of a dog but has to work like a man. This exercise clearly fits this philosophy. Anyways, this is not public administration. Okay, so now let's talk about social challenges this exercise throws. Before we dwell into the social challenges, let's it started from Bihar, let's look into the profile of Bihar, demography of Bihar. See, like said earlier, there are a population is 10 crore, 8 crore are voters, 75 lakh to 1 crore are migrants. Migrants, like that is, they go to the other states to work. Many of you must be knowing many migrants from Bihar. That is, Bihar is run sadly on the migrant economy, once a hub of export. You must have read in your British time history, export of salt, petre, etc. Now, migrant economy, that the people of Bihar go to work in various states such as Haryana, then Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, etc. Even Gujarat. Okay, so 75 lakh to 1 crore are migrants. The literacy in Bihar is 61%, and whereas the national average is 72% literacy. Okay. Bihar has the lowest per capita income in the country. Lowest per capita income, and 88% of the population lives in villages, and Bihar is highly vulnerable to flooding. And mind you, flooding is not what you experience in urban India, some 1 or 2 days water is filling to your knees, etc. Flooding in Bihar is very bad. Entire villages get flooded for months, weeks also. You must have read in the NCERT that river Kosi is considered as a sorrow of Bihar. So these are the problems of Bihar. This just for reference, you will understand better when we talk about the social challenges. First, of course, we talked about these all aspects of Bihar. So migration. Now, as in case of Bihar, see 1 crore are migrants. They live in different states. Then how to ensure that, but they are the ordinary resident of Bihar, that we discuss who are the ordinary resident, but how to ensure they are also enrolled. Things are not online. You have to go to a house, there BLO will come and give form, you have to fill and you have to give the form. Okay. Then my person is working in Tamil Nadu, that migrant needs to come back to Bihar. Then traveling expenses, whether his employer will give him leave or no to come to fill this form, have to fill before 1st of August, as 1st of August draft will be released. Then in a way it questions whether this is migrant friendly, and whether migrants will be at all be participating in the democratic process. Okay, see this migration issue. Next, challenges is throws to women. Now, how women in India, the marriage custom is as such. When marriage happens, the woman, the married woman, migrates to the house of the in-laws. Okay, so that is one migration aspect also. Now, what we had discussed for documents, you need documents of your parents, mother or father. When woman migrates to the in-laws house, unfortunately it is now considered it is her house, and her parents' house is not her house, but documents are required of her parents, not her in-laws. Also, there are many cases where a woman marries against the wishes of their parents and parents boycott that woman. So now that woman, to be part of the electoral roll, has to get documents of her parents. From where she'll get now? You're not asking about in-laws also. That too, if she is born after 2004, then you have to get documents of both the parents. Very complex situation. It throws challenges to women as well. And here we also have the Nari Shakti bill, which gives reservation to women in the parliament. And now here, this aspect. Now Bihar is vulnerable to flooding. 88% live in villages. Now flooding happens, will there be documents left? Will documents be available? If flooding is so chronic, literacy is below national average. Again challenge. How they will fill the form? BLO will BLO fill it properly? Also, there were a case of fake signatures as well. One independent journalist highlighted, but the district administration said that those people were dead, so that's why the BLO were signing. But should the BLO sign for dead people? Shouldn't there be provision to verify other ways whether person is dead signing? Also, there was this case was also having the person was not dead, still they was declared dead and the BLO had signed. So integrity of the entire process. So this way it throws this social challenges. Third, vulnerable section. Now we as said earlier that there are no totalizing machines. Now vulnerable section, you can identify these people have not voted for me, so there can be targeting of them as well. So what are you going to do then? They will say we will be targeted, we have fear of our life, so we will not fill the form at all. This is also one social challenge. This special intensive revision is thrown. Now let's move further. See, other challenges are, you can also discuss the technological challenges, connectivity, etc. Voters live in a very far-flung areas, say in forest, in the hills, etc. How the printout will go there, how connectivity will be there, whether digital India has reached there or not. That is all the technological challenges. And also the political challenges. See, now we had already said the political challenges are very vast. You are saying that electoral rolls are now of no use 2003. So then what happened to those elections of 2024 and other elections? So were they farcical? Because the election commission says some of the people who fake, a lot of foreigners are in the electoral rolls who are not even citizens. So that's why we are doing this exercise. So what about those elections which have already happened? So it puts a question mark on that as well. Similarly, it may have also repercussions for international relations also. How? See, it generally said with the relations with Nepal that India has a Beti Roti Ka Rishta. Many of the bordering districts of Bihar have family relations with the border with the Nepali people. That is, they marry, they they get married, they form a family. If the female is has her parents in Nepal and she's married to an Indian, now say you need documents for both the parents. Now what? Will she be enrolled in the electoral rolls? See, if the foreigners are an issue, identify the foreigners, identify particular constituency where this issue is chronic and target that constituency. But at the same time, India is also considered as the elder brother of the entire subcontinent. So there can be better ways of doing this as well. So these also show also put a challenges into international relations. Then relations with Nepal may get spoiled. Okay, and further, and most importantly, this throws a very concerning democratic challenges. See, so that see our country has thrived as a democracy. As one of the crucial reason for that is the role of the Election Commission of India. Many countries got independence in the 40s as India did, but none of them remain a thriving democracy as India did. Many were, even you take a look at our neighbors, Pakistan, there is army rule, etc. Now in Bangladesh, chaos is going on. Afghanistan, Nepal, Bhutan, see, even African countries who got independence in the 40s. It's only India which remained a thriving democracy because of free and fair election conducted by the Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India goes to lot of to goes at a wide length to ensure no voter is left behind. Even polling booths have been set up for even one voter. Recently, Jarawa tribes were enrolled in the electoral rolls. The Election Commission follows the philosophy that no voter is left behind, and every citizen of the country participates in the democratic process. And election commission always had an inclusive and compassionate approach towards election. See, before what used to happen, the onus was on the Election Commission of India to prove that you are a citizen. If you want to enroll in the electoral roll, just fill the form and give it to the Election Commission. And Election Commission will verify whether you are 18 plus or you are a citizen of India. Now the onus lies on you to prove you are a citizen of India. You have to show those documents, 11 documents, etc. To prove that you are a citizen of India and find your name in the electoral rolls. So traditionally, Election Commission had a compassionate and inclusive approach to elections, and that's why we thrived as a democracy and lived by the by the vision of the constitutional makers. Also, for India to thrive, it has to ensure that no voter is left behind, and India remains a robust democracy. Hopefully, all these challenges will be addressed. Like the Supreme Court had said, that you consider Aadhaar, EPIC, and also ration card for verification. And also now Election Commission has also made an amendment that you first fill the form. Later we can see whether documents are needed or etc. At least fill the form. Documents we will later verify. So there are some changes over there in the SIR process, and hopefully no citizen of India is not left behind from voting. Yes, some data regarding the Bihar SIR. It has found, the data has been released by the Election Commission recently, about 96% of the people have filled the form. 45 lakh people are not traceable. Not traceable, that is either they are dead, they migrated, etc. So 96% have filled, 45 lakh is not traceable. This is the data as of now. As of today, let's see how it unfolds, how the special intensive revision goes about. Hope things are taken into consideration. One way can be linking the EPIC with Aadhaar, and that way, and also when in Bihar also the electronic voting, like online voting provision has been made for a certain section of the population, the senior citizens. Why can we make this process to migrants as well? Also, postal ballots are already there for the armed forces, etc. So why can't for the migrants? So that way things also can be looked into. But the Election Commission has to ensure that democracy of India remains thriving, and like it remains a bulwark of the democracy in India, and it remains at the highest pedestal, so that every other country also used to look up at Election Commission of India for guidance. Not just developing countries, but developed countries as well. See what happened in the United States in 2000 presidential election. George H.W. Bush versus Al Gore. The controversy in Florida. Such controversy never happened in India because of integrity of Election Commission of India. Okay then, hopefully this session was helpful for you guys, and let's see if certain things unfold more. We'll make one more session on special intensive revision, or this session have covered everything from nuts and bolts of special intensive revision. Hope this session was helpful for you guys. Okay then, until next time, thank you very much for watching.